This video is brought to you by Yadea. Yadea Switzerland was kind enough to invite me over to the store and make this video possible. So make sure to check out their online store and follow them on Instagram for the latest updates. All links are in the description below. So before we start the actual review, I just want to save some of you the rest of the video, however long it's going to be. So if you've been considering getting a scooter in this category, just get the Yadea ones. I mean, they're by no means perfect, but they're pretty sure the best ones out there for the money. And for everybody else that's interested in watching the rest of the review, we're gonna start now. All right, let's start with the exterior and design. So why did I choose this one? It looks like it fits the vehicle category very well. It looks super futuristic, super sleek, I think. You know, it doesn't look like a big regular scooter, so. And also it's a little bit smaller, which I liked, so I kind of went with that one. As far as the lights go, they're very also nicely integrated also into this futuristic look, if you can see with the vertical indicators as well. I also really liked how they integrated the logo into the whole scooter, so you can see it on the seats and the front, and also the daytime running light, which is okay, but it could have been a little bit bigger, is also in the style of the logo. So yeah, one thing that's kind of like not so good is the fact that this scooter doesn't have front indicators. So when you're indicating, it's only indicated in the back. So you have to keep that in mind when you're riding around. Because at the beginning, I just indicated, and the car in front of me or where it was didn't know where I wanted to go. So you still need to signal with your hand, just like a regular bike. What really surprised me as well was the headlights. They're really, really good. Especially in the far setting, it's super. I didn't expect it to be that good. The mirrors on this thing are also decent. Yeah, before I forget it, also the display. Although it looks like it in some of the shots I have, it isn't at all reflective to the point where you couldn't tell what was on the screen. And also, there is a setting to turn on to make the display brighter, but it's not necessary, to be honest. All the buttons on the scooter are also operable when you have gloves. I've tried it. Also, in terms of accessories, there's a basket. It's integrated into the footwell, so you mount the basket, you lose the footwell. I think it looks really nice. It fits nicely into the line of the scooter. Also, you can get like a secondary seat, which unless you're planning to do with it what I do, and I use the bracket as a base for something else, I wouldn't recommend getting it because it's illegal. In Europe, it's illegal to ride with two people on it, so. Yeah. Also, the way the pedals are integrated into this one, it makes the most sense because at my height, it's uncomfortable to put my feet on the middle footrest. So you kind of have to put them on the pedals. And on the bigger scooter, although they have to have them because of regulations, it kind of looks out of place. And with these ones, you can just easily put your feet on there and make use of them. I think it's super zippy and it's fun to ride. If you haven't done so, you should try them. This one feels like riding electric BMX, so for a little bit more comfort, maybe go for the bigger ones. The thing that I also heard a lot is, oh, you're going to be too slow, you're going to stop traffic, which is not true. This is an electric vehicle, so there's instant torque. So usually the average person on a bike is not going to be, you're going to be double the speed of them. So you're just going to overtake everyone from the start at red lights and have enough space in between you and the next person. And I think like 9 out of 10, it's also the top speed is enough. Like if you're looking for a replacement for a bike, that's it. So battery and charging. I didn't expect it to get nearly close to the listed range that it had on the site, which was 60 kilometers. But fortunately enough, with every charge, I at least got 60 and more. I think that in this test that probably everybody watched that before you clicked on this video, and at least if you're from Switzerland, where it scored really high, is kind of misleading because this is in a test environment, doesn't take account for steep hills or anything. So more realistically to say it's like anywhere from 60 to 80, 100 is kind of like too optimistic, but yeah, so it did exceptionally well in the range department. And charging, the battery, which was kind of confusing to me, maybe it would be to you. If you order a scooter from them, it's going to be confusing, is that you get an OEM battery, and on the side it was indicated as a Yadea one. But the battery itself has a status indicator light that shows you the state of charge of the battery in fifths. So it's 5 LED lights that show you the state of charge, and which is, by the way, more accurate than the driver's display, because I was confused the first time I took it out. As you can see here, it dropped, the gyro display just showed me an instant drop of like 20% of battery because I was going uphill, and in the display it's showing you the momentary usage and estimated state of charge of your battery. So that's kind of, also if you look on the internet, that's why kind of a lot of people get confused. So if you want to get a more accurate idea of what your state of charge is, just press the button on the battery, take it out and look at it, or keep track of how many kilometers you've ridden. When the scooter is low on battery, it will lose some power and it gets into kind of a turtle mode. So definitely notice it that way. Also, when you need to charge a battery, you don't need to take it out, as you can charge it inside the scooter. One thing that's kind of like bummed me out was like, although the charger is compact enough that you could probably pack it into a bag and take it with you and charge it at work or wherever you might, or at school, wherever you might take this scooter. It's unfortunately a little bit loud. It sounds like a hairdryer, so it kind of defeats the purpose of being able to charge it in your workplace, because it gets, I think it'll get annoying, especially for from 4 to 6 hours to get a full charge. So for 6 to 8, anything, it's in that range. So but it has a fan on the upside. It is a fan that is cooling the power supply, so it probably won't blow up on you. So you really don't kind of like notice this is a Chinese product. And I guess a lot of people are, just as I was, like skeptical about whether to you know, invest a chunk of money into this. But the only time you notice this is a Chinese product is when you turn it on and off. It just kind of like takes away a lot of the premium and the good things on the scooter when it just dings at you non-stop. It's just like, I guess that's an Asian thing, I don't know, a Chinese thing, but it just does that, and it's getting really annoying. What I can say though is the indicator sound is really good. It's annoying, but that's what it should be on the scooter, because you have to remember that a lot of the times you see, also in the bigger scooters, you see people indicating and not hearing that they're still indicating. With the sound being annoying, you're really reminded that the indicator's still on, and before you know it, you want to turn it off. Also some tips if you're getting a scooter from them. In China there's an app for these scooters that accompanies them, but in Europe it's not functional. So I recommend getting an AirTag or something similar and put it in the scooter so you know at all times where it is. I've hidden one in it and it works. Also thinking about getting a lock. There is an integrated alarm in the scooter, and it beeps and it brakes and hits the brakes if someone would try to push away your scooter. But this thing, it's only 55 kilograms heavy, so you can lift it up and take it with you. So I would suggest you get like a nice big lock. Mind you, you can't lock the back wheel, so it's only the front wheel, and I would recommend also getting a disc lock and maybe a brake lock like I have, which this one also has an alarm integrated into it, just to make sure you don't, so nobody steals your scooter. So yeah, if you've been thinking about getting the scooter or a scooter from Yadea, totally do it. Also, they've been really open to communicate with me as well. The money you pay, they're really what you expect. They're not perfect, as I said. The beeping is annoying, but I don't think there's a perfect product out there. So, all right, thank you for watching this video. If you have any further questions about the scooter, leave them down below in the comments. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram and see if anything happens, what's going on further with the scooter, I will be posting on there too. And again, a huge thank you to Yadea Switzerland for making this video possible in the first place, and see you in the next one.